Let's all welcome the guest. I request all of you to stand and honor the guest. Good wishes recognizes no barriers. Good wishes recognizes no barriers. They jump hurdles, leap fence, and penetrate walls to arrive at their destination. A very good morning to one and all. I am Supriya Robert, Assistant Professor in charge, HOD Department of BBA. I am glad and very excited to host this amazing, glorifying event. All on the beginning of 2020, none of us imagined the magnitude of misfortunes that has plagued the world over. A ponderous box, so to speak. However, as time stands testimony to mankind, we have always fought off any unforeseen circumstances with grit and determination. When pandemic swept through Indian landscape, many of us were confined to our homes, having to look over the means and ways to connect to the outside world. However, the World Wide Web came to our rescue. It provides a plethora of platform for us to learn, educate, invent, unlearn a quite few things. HKBK College is not far behind. I take pride in welcoming you all for joining us today for our first online venture inaugural ceremony 2021. As we brace to take the roller coaster, let us seek Almighty's grace and ask Him to protect us and guide us through all obstacle to the path taken. I request Dr. Kusuma, Department of Kannada, to recite the Vachana.
ಗುರುವಂದನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಗುರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಗುರು ವಿಷ್ಣು ಗುರುದೇವೋ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರ ಗುರು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೇ ನಮಃ. ಈಗ ಗುರುವಂದನೆ ವಚನ ಬಸವಣ್ಣ. ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯವ ಮಾಡುವರು, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯವ ಮಾಡುವರು, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಬಡವನಯ್ಯ ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯವ ಮಾಡುವರು, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಬಡವನಯ್ಯ ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇ ಕಂಬ ದೇಹವೇ ದೇಗುಲ, ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇ ಕಂಬ ದೇಹವೇ ದೇಗುಲ. ಶಿರವೇ ಹೊನ್ನ ಕಳಶವಯ್ಯ, ಶಿರವೇ ಹೊನ್ನ ಕಳಶವಯ್ಯ. ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ. ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಕಳಿಗುಂಟು ಜಂಗಮ ಕಳಿವಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಕಳಿವುಂಟು ಜಂಗಮ ಕಳಿವಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ. ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯವ ಮಾಡುವರು, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯವ ಮಾಡುವರು, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಬಡವನಯ್ಯ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಕಳಿವುಂಟು ಜಂಗಮ ಕಳಿವಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಕಳಿವುಂಟು ಜಂಗಮ ಕಳಿವಿಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕಣಯ್ಯ.
Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, we are all blessed. Now I request Professor Bilal, Department of BBA, to recite Kirat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, sir. This would be followed by reciting the Holy Bible. Reading from the Holy Gospel of John, chapter 14, verses 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And you know the way where I am going. Thomas said to him, Lord, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. But by me, this is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of one who prays. We are all blessed indeed. Smile is the universal welcome. On behalf of our college, I request Dr. Basuraj Biradar, Principal of HKBK Degree College, to welcome the gathering.
A very good morning, and I wish you all the best for the students, and I welcome all the first year students being a part of HKBK family. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Director, Honorable Secretary, my dear colleagues, and most important, my dear students. It's given me immense pleasure today to address you all on this special day. It's unfortunate that we are not having physical event due to COVID-19. I hope that we all stay safe and healthy in this pandemic crisis. I take pride in letting you know about HKBK has earmarked its identity among the students for 23 years by providing quality of education, good result, sports champions, and platform for blended learning. The campus is also known as Hub of Placement. We provide pre-placement and placement training both in-house in collaboration with industries, with the goal of providing excellence in curricular engagement and vision and provide quality of education with emphasis on discipline, determination, and dedication towards education and mission to provide a modern education to students. With this belief, HKBK is committed to provide the best possible education experience through excellence in teaching and research for today, student and professional of tomorrow. I take this opportunity in welcoming our chief guest, Sri Krishna Kumar, Business Development Manager, IBM, India Private Limited, IoT and AI Division, Indian South. Gathering today, I request our Honorable Director to present a floral sapling to our chief guest. I welcome you, sir, for this auspicious day. I also welcome the special invitee for today's function, a man known for invitees, ideas, Dr.Hari Krishna Maram, Digital Brand Ambassador and Chairman of Vision Digital India, Vice Chancellor, Global Digital University, USA, President, Lead Indian Foundation. Dr. Hari, in his busy schedule, accepted our request with simplicity and said that he is eager to address the gathering. I request our Honorable Director to present a floral sapling to our chief guest. I welcome you, sir, for this auspicious day. It's been honor working for HKBK under the leadership of Sri CM Ibrahim, Chairman, HKBK Group of Institutions. Due to some uncertainty, we have missed his presence, but he is conveyed his best wishes for the student fraternity. I also welcome the young and dynamic person of our campus, Sri CM Fayaz Muhammad, Director, HKBK Group of Institution. He has always been motivational element for all of us work towards the progress of institutions. He has never said no, provide the best platform for the student community to improve the personality. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Amidst us, there is one more person who has rendered his service for decades towards the upliftment of student community, a down-to-the-earth man known as his simplicity and dedication towards the institution, Sri Mansoor A. Khan, Honorable Group Secretary, HKBK Group of Institution. Due to some uncertainty, we have missed his presence, but he has conveyed his best wishes for the student fraternity. I also welcome all the HODs and various department, faculties of both teaching and non-teaching. Last but not the least, my dear students. Once again, I welcome you all for the inaugural ceremony for the academic year 2021. I wish you all the best being a part of HKBK family. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Lighting a lamp before a ceremony spreads divine grace. Light and brightness represents the positive and the good spirit. So, may I request all the dignitaries to inaugurate the program by lighting the lamp. We have a lamp inside. The oil of that lamp is our breathing, our steps, and our peaceful smile. Our practice is to light up the lamp. Thank you, dignitaries, for the inaugural. Now it's time to felicitate the chief guest of today's event, Mr. Krishna Kumar and Dr. Hari Krishna Maran. I request the dignitaries to please honor the guest. I also request Professor Nazarullah Khan, HOD, Department of BCA, to deliver the profile.
Good morning. Sri Krishna Kumar, fondly known as KK in his circle, has an industry experience of over 16 years in software services. He started his career as a developer and then moving into architecture and providing IT solutions. Krishna Kumar, now as a BDM, is responsible for business development of software services for IoT and AI division of IBM India. His experience covers from solution design and architecture to negotiation, software services and sales to various Indian and multinational companies. KK has had a corporate exposure to various Indian organizations like IBM, Wipro, Dell, and EMC.
I would like the dignitaries to felicitate Dr. Hari Krishna Maran, and I request Professor Nazarullah Khan, HOD, Department of BCA, to deliver his profile.
Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, Digital Ambassador and Chairman of Visual Digital India, Vice Chancellor, Global Digital University, USA, President, Lead India Foundation. Dr. Maram's work in the field of management and management education spans over 26 years. He has a brilliant career in education and has served as a governing council member at All India Management Association, Vice President at Association of Indian Management Schools. Additionally, he was Honorable Secretary at BMA, Treasurer, Education Promotion Society for India, Executive Board Member at NIPM and Chairperson Higher Education Forum, Karnataka. Besides being an excellent academician and educationist, Dr. Maram is involved with a large number of CSR activities. He is a District Chairman of Lions International and Trustee of Lions Super Specialty Eye Hospital and Lions District Service Foundation. He is the Chief Mentor of Great Initiative Bangalore Green, which aims at environmental conservation in Bangalore. Throughout his life, he has received various awards like prestigious Knighthood Award from UK, MTC Global from Top 10 Thinkers, Ramaswamy P. Iyer Best Young Teacher Award by AIMS, JL Batra Best Research Paper Award, Karamveera Chakra Award, Medal of Honor from CIAC Global in Education, 50 Most Admired Global Indian Award from Passion Vista Magazine, Sunfo High Appreciation Award from Sri Lanka, Shiksha Ratan Award from Institute of Economic Studies, International Icon Award from International Economic Summit, Thailand, and many more. Thank you.
Thank you, dignitaries, and thank you, sir. The difference between a successful person and other is not lack of strength, not lack of knowledge, but rather lack of will. I request Shri CM Fahaz Ahmad, Honorable Director, HKBK Group of Institution, for the Presidential Address. I request Shri Krishna Kumar, Business Development Manager, IBM India Private Limited, IoT and AI Division, India and South Asian region, to address the gathering.
morning to everybody and all the students, the faculty, and all the students who are actually listening to this particular inaugural ceremony in a very different times. I guess it's audible. I mean, do you want me to wear that? I good? Yeah. All right. So I was just saying a good morning, first of all, to everybody. And thank you to the principal, Sri Mohammed Fayaz, for giving me this opportunity, and all the organizers and the management of HKBK to give this opportunity to speak in a forum like this to young minds who actually, I believe, are the strength for this country. I'll not take a huge amount of time. I'll actually take a couple of minutes to just air my views in terms of, and welcome the new students on to HKBK College of Engineering. In these tough times, we have actually seen that most of the meetings have actually gone virtual, and I'm glad that this one also has gone almost virtual, with most of them attending virtually. So one of the things what we have actually seen is that the country has actually seen a huge spurt in terms of requirement for talent, and we've actually have been at a place where we've actually seen a huge requirement of resources, and the students and the colleges are actually the places where we actually go ahead and tap this talent from. Now, coming from a technological background, from a corporate place where we actually go in for hiring to colleges like HKBK and others are the places where we go in to hire students and young minds. While this year has been a different one where we've actually not gone in much, but I'm pretty sure these times will pass by. And also, I would actually want to say that one of the things what we actually see as students, I mean, I've actually not been too far away from my academic life myself. A decade back, I was actually sitting probably, not a decade, probably 2 decades back, I was actually sitting in one of these chairs out here and listening to folks out here. So I'm actually deeply humbled, first of all, to go ahead and have a presentation where I can actually talk to students out here. But at the same time, I'll actually take a couple of minutes to also say that many of us who are actually sitting out there as students and parents, of course, and when I was actually having a small chat with Sri Mohammed Fayaz, he is actually saying about what are the challenges which students actually have, or what they feel, the dilemma of what's the career or what's the future ahead. And my 2 words of experience, not wisdom, I think that's too harsh a word for me to say, but my 2 words of experience has been that we shouldn't lose hope, definitely, and we should actually dare to dream. Personally, I mean, each one of us, we actually have different challenges. We come from different backgrounds. You might be distressed by average or low-grade marks sometimes, strict parents or teachers, for example, or you might be having certain financial backgrounds or conditions which probably low pocket money. I would put it in a much easier way. But I don't think any of these would actually or should actually deter you from pursuing your career, or tough times should not actually go ahead and challenge you to go ahead and drop away what you're actually dreaming. I've personally sat in those benches. I've not been a first grader, but I can tell you one thing for sure. I have achieved what I have actually wanted, but that's not purely by chance. Organizations like these give you the avenue for going and continuing your education. Never go off-road on that. That's one of the first things what I would always say. And second thing is, there is always a notion that large organizations only take students who are extremely meritorious and people from very good colleges. Partially true, but I don't think it is at all a deterrent to anybody who's actually being hired. I myself come from average college, and I was an average student. And personally, I believe I've actually done well, and that's primarily because you have the ambitions and you actually have the aptitude to go ahead and show your talent. So to those students or the parents who are actually tuning in and listening today, organizations like IBM, at least when I sit on those interview panels and actually look at freshers, some of them do actually look at marks. Of course, that's probably an entry criteria to get you into the interview itself. But personally, we look for aptitude. Aptitude and attitude are these 2 things which I personally look for. And I believe if you actually have a good attitude cultivated, there's no looking back. It's primarily that you actually show that you work for that organization and you actually work for striving for a better organization there. So I just wanted to take a minute because I just had a conversation with the director, and he actually said that one of the biggest challenges what some of our co-students or the future of this country faces is people who wither away, think that there is not much of life, and they go away into alternate streams, and sometimes quite not social or socially responsible. So I would say stick to what you're actually doing. Sometimes, and on a lighter note, sometimes many of these memes and WhatsApp memes, which I saw today morning, somebody was actually saying, when was the last time I used a A+B whole square formula in real life? Now, you never know. One of the things what I've realized in my personally, in terms of my education is, I have actually gone ahead and done my education, engineering, and management and business studies, and then, in fact, I was actually doing my management while I was actually still working. But off late, I've actually started chasing one of my passions, which is flying, and I've realized that 10th standard mathematics is the most important one, and your engineering or MBA doesn't come into play. So, like it or not, basically we've actually gone back and had to go back to the 10th standard textbooks and see how those formulas are working so that you do your basics. So you never know where your education comes in handy. I would say do that and ensure that you actually clear these exams and come out with flying colors, and don't be demotivated by failures. Personally, failures are going to be there, but that shouldn't be a setback. It should only go back to, and how do you go ahead and recorrect yourself and go to the next level. When you go out there in the job market, what people look for is attitude and aptitude. And of course the skill, that skill can be acquired, and as a part of your education, it's better you do it now. If not, you can always skill up. There are several programs outside as well, and that should not be a deterrent. I'm not going to take a long time, and I'll actually probably leave the dais to the rest of the speakers to speak. I wish everybody who's actually joined HKBK a very wonderful academic years ahead and a very prosperous career ahead for them. Thank you.
Thank you for your words of balancing dreams and aims and knowing the aptitude and attitude of one's. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr.Hari Krishna Maram to please address the gathering.
So, good morning, friends. Mr. CM Fayaz Muhammad, the Honorable Group Director of this wonderful institute, HKBK, Professor Baswaraj, Principal of HKBK College, Mr. Krishna Kumar from IBM, the team members of HKBK institutions, and dear students. It is always pleasure to interact physically with the people, but in the last 7 months, the COVID pandemic stopped us to have this kind of inaugurations or this kind of interactions. I think across the world today, 1.5 billion students from primary education to PhD, they are unable to attend classes in the classroom. They're attending through digitally, through online, all different modes. But physically, 1.5 billion people, they're unable to attend. And when it comes to India, we have closely 1,000 plus universities, 49,000 colleges, 9,85,000 schools, that is the primary schools, and all unable to function. The stakeholders of these institutions, including the promoters, including the teaching, non-teaching, students, parents, they're unable to even enter into the institutions. So the pandemic given a great lessons, great learning to people, especially in the field of education. So today, if I talk about the pandemic, I think as per today statistics, 40.3 million people got affected across the world, and I think India is just about to touch the 10 lakh number. So in this kind of a scenario, what is the future? How things will move? So this was a talk I delivered just a couple of days back in Mysore University convocation, talking about India after COVID. So I think maybe I will bring a few points, few lessons, what is going to happen after this COVID situation. Because across the world, the 7.5 billion people today in this world are looking for one thing. What is that? Can anybody tell? Exactly. So the vaccine is the only hope. Everybody is looking when the vaccine will come, what is going to happen. So as per again, the latest reports, I think yesterday some of you people might have attended our Honorable Prime Minister's speech at 6 p.m. So we were thinking again, some more announcement come from towards lockdown or some more restrictions kind of a thing. But he was talking about more on development aspects and precautionary things, what we have to do. So now, as per the reports, one vaccine which is in an advanced development stage, that is the Oxford University, along with AstraZeneca, which is one of the leading pharmaceutical company, which is very close to this place, in fact. So this is one of the leading multinational. They collaborated with Oxford University, which is 1,000 plus years university with the most advanced technology and research. And this vaccine, again, the hope is only India, because this is going to get manufactured from none other than Serum Institute, which is there in Pune, promoted by one of the very leading entrepreneur, Poonawalla. So again, there are two vaccine variants which are going to come from India. One is from Hyderabad, that is Bharat Biotech, promoted by Dr. Ella Krishna. And the other one is Jadus Cadila, which is there in Ahmedabad. This company, Pankaj Patel, these both companies are also in advanced stage of coming into market, their vaccine, and already the Drug Controller General of India, DCGI, they given a green signal to them. So hopefully by March, the first dose of vaccine, that means the first lot of vaccine will come to India first, then it get exported to other countries. So hopefully by end of the second quarter, we will have 30% of the population in this globe will be vaccinated, only 30%. By end of December 2021, we will be having at least 75 to 80% of the people get vaccinated. Then things will become normal. So in this kind of a scenario, in this kind of a panic situation, everybody is worried because 80% of the companies are in minus growth. 80% of the companies globally, I'm talking, not only in India, are in minus growth. And especially if you come to India, we are having a highest minus growth up to last month. That is, as per the up to August figure, we are at 28.9% minus growth. But again, the revival started in the last 1 month, 30, 40 days. So we are now around 9.5% minus growth. And in 2021 also, the projected growth of India will be around minus 6%, as projected plus 7%. So then, what is going to happen? So today, if you talk about the global economy, we are a 100 trillion economy in this world. And coming to India, we are a 3 trillion economy. On the next 5 years, if things might have worked better, if COVID was not there, we might have reached by 2025 a 5 trillion economy and the third largest economy in this world. So now, everywhere the negative news, everywhere the negative talk, then how India will reach. So today, if we talk to some of the best consulting companies in this world, starting from McKinsey, starting from Price Cooper Waterhouse, starting from KPMG, if you ask which is the country you would like to invest for a future prospects, so the one answer which comes very spontaneously is India. The reason is, today the power of India is not with the political parties. The power of India today is with people. Today we have a 1.3 billion people. Out of that, 60% of our population is the young population. In fact, before coming here, when we were sitting with the group director cabin, we were discussing about the similar thing. So today, 60% of Indian population are below 35 age. That's why every conference we call this as a demographic dividend. So we don't provide opportunities to this youth. They are below 35%, consist of 60% of Indian population. The demographic dividend, what we are talking, the positiveness, will become demographic disaster. That is what we are talking, sir, in your room. So people, the students, if they don't get a better placement, they don't get a better opportunities, they start becoming negative. So today, the number of cases, the number of deaths are happening in India with COVID, when you compare with the kind of suicides, the kind of other factors, suddenly you see in the last 5-6 months, a lot of heart attacks at the age of 50, 55, 60. They were not supposed to get this heart attack at that age because of so many negative things. That kind of things are happening. But personally, with my understanding of experience of working with some of the global companies across the world, meeting thousands of university professors and delivering lectures in some of the top universities of the world, what my prediction is for India is, we need not to be so panic like other countries. The reason is very clear. India traditionally got a strong foundation. Today, which is the tallest building in this world? Which is the tallest building in this world? Burj Khalifa, which is in Dubai. So we had an opportunity a couple of months back before this COVID situation. Asif Bhai and myself, we went for a business delegation to Dubai, and luckily there is an Indian delegation. They taken us to the top of Burj Khalifa. One of the richest man from Karnataka who lives in Dubai. He holds 30% of Burj Khalifa, Dr. B.R. Shetty. So he joined with us to take us to the top of the Burj Khalifa. So when we went to Burj Khalifa looking at Dubai, we can able to see even other countries from that Burj Khalifa, because that is so tall that you can able to view even other countries, nearby countries in UAE. So evening we had a kind of Indian interactive delegation with the people who went from here. So some of the people, the local host, they introduced a few engineers, and they are part of Burj Khalifa. So we were so happy to interact with them. So we given hand to them and we said we are from Bangalore. So he also said, I am also from Bangalore, sir. Oh, great. So how come this structure? Then he said, I am also one of the engineer, part of the very large team of constructing this Burj Khalifa. So we asked, what is the secret? How you build this tallest building in this world? So he told in a simple way, sir, ಇದೇ ಬುರ್ಜ್ ಖಲೀಫಾ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದುಬೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ so kind of cooperative for a large constructions. So we had to go so deeper to put a foundation. So we went so deep that this building should able to retain for next 100 years, whatever happens. So, but if we construct the same building in Bangalore, it is much easy. We need not to go so much deep. So why I'm bringing this example here is the foundation what we done in Indian education with the great promoters, taken this option to promote the educational institutes, to give a better education. I was just interacting with Faisal Saab. So he was telling, we don't want to stop the student education during this pandemic. That kind of a positiveness, the educators today in India, we have unlike other countries. That's why we are able to produce people like Satya Nadella, people like Sundar Pichai, people like Ajay Krishna, people like Indra Nuini. They are leading some of the best companies of this world. And their foundation happened from India, not from US. They studied here only. If you just go to their profile and see where they studied, they done their graduation. Satya Nadella studied from Manipal. So these all people, they studied from here, they moved to US for higher education, and they are able to do extremely well. And today, if you look at the Forbes magazine, which comes with the richest people of this world, and we are happy to see even the richest people of the world during this pandemic, Indians are featuring. And one company I would like to just give you the example. During this pandemic in the last 3 months, the Jio, which is just started 5 years back by Mukesh Ambani, he is able to become the 4th richest in this world and able to get closely 15 billion US dollars investments to one company, which is very fresh, very new. The reason is the strong fundamentals, the strong foundation, what this company is built. And today, from 16th position, he is able to reach to 4th position only because of the principles what they adopted. So India got this kind of a principles. Today when I am talking with these numbers, the largest economy in this world is US with a $21.3 trillion. And some of the great scientists, some of the great entrepreneurs, techno entrepreneurs are living in US. And the contribution from Indian people in US economy is closely 15.5%. That means I am talking about the startups, technology entrepreneurs, doctors, engineers, professors. Their contribution to the US economy is 15.5%. Just imagine, 15.5% in 21 trillion is more than the Indian economy. And today, the #1 university in this world, Harvard, the dean is none other than Indian, the Srikant Dattar. Professor Srikant Dattar is taken over as a dean of Harvard, which is having the first management education in this world. Similarly, in US, if you go to Kellogg's, Stanford, MIT, Wharton, all these universities, 35% of the professors are Indians. Today, if you look at the Fortune 500 companies in this world, out of Fortune 500 companies, you have 100 companies are headed by none other than Indians. So this is a story of India. So what is going to happen in the next 15 to 20 years in India is, there is a lot of kind of positiveness going on in the industry side. There is so much digital revolution is happening in every sector. When you talk about education, we were talking about national education policy, again, which comes from Bangalore. Kasturi Rangan, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, who is the chairman of National Education Policy, Dr. Sridhar, who is a part of Bangalore University, they are the committee members of drafting this national education policy. So this national education policy is talking about more on inclusive education. What is going to happen in the next 10 years? There are so much transformation ways to bring new things in this education. Because now everything become online. Now even you get a seat in Harvard, you get a seat in Oxford or London Business School or Cambridge, you have to do your education using digitally, using online. You cannot go physically and attend classes now at present. So now, what is happening? Every year, we have in India, with all these universities, with all these colleges and primary schools, we have a 36 crore students who are studying from primary education to PhD. So every year, 2.9 million, that is the 3 million students, they go to only one country, US, for higher education. This year, the situation is not even 10% of the 2.9 million people are ready to go because the visas itself is stopped. So they cannot go and attend the physical classes. It is only online. They take an admission and physical, nothing, only online classes. The same situation for UK, the same situation for Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, everywhere. So today, why you have to go to other universities, other countries? You have a best education which is available in India. Today, the best minds are going from India to other countries. Today, when I see Krishna here, he represents a company which is a 107-year-old. This is a company which brought a personal computer to this world. And this company is headed by Indian. And today, to tell you 3 things which transformed the entire world. And these 3 things are, one is the computer, again, which is developed by IBM. The second transformation which happened in this world is internet. The third biggest revolution which happened in this world is what? Can anybody tell? The third biggest revolution in this world. Exactly. What is your name? Yeah. Clap for him. So the mobile phone which definitely transformed the way we are living in this world. So just imagine 10 minutes without mobile, 1 minute without internet. Just imagine what will happen to this world. The Martin Cooper, 25 years back, he invented this mobile phone. When he invented, he never thought that this mobile phone will penetrate like this. In human civilization, in human history, if you go back 5,000 years back, there is no product, including cloth, including fire, including shelter, nothing reached so fast like mobile phone. So today in India, we have a 1.3 billion people with a 1.1 billion mobile connections. That's why Jio is getting investment from Microsoft, Facebook. You name the companies in this world, they're ready to invest because they see growth in India. They see a very positive growth in this country. But as rightly one of the leading professor of this world, again Indian professor, his name is Dr. C.K. Prahlad. He used to work for a Ross Business School in Michigan, in Lansing. He brought a theory called bottom of pyramid. Anybody knows what is bottom of pyramid? Have you heard this? So what he done, this professor, great professor, he divided entire 7.5 billion people into a pyramid, 3 tiers. So he told the top pyramid consists of people who are earning above 20 lakhs. And the percentage of the people belong to 20 lakh above is only 11% in the total population of the globe. And this 11% will have income more than 20 lakhs per annum. The middle will have 10 to 20 lakhs earning population. This is 24%. So the remaining 70% is the middle class. They are earning from 1 lakh to 10 lakh. And he says any company in this world, any service, any product, if they want to become a successful in this world, they have to target the bottom of pyramid, that is the middle class people, then only they will be successful. And this theory brought a great revolution in this world, and he became one of the most popular professor of the world with a theory called bottom of pyramid. So what I'm trying to say and conclude is, how many people follow the Formula 1 here? Formula 1. Anybody seen how Formula 1 works? The Formula 1 car racing. So in Formula 1, in car racing, typically all the drivers, we have even Indian team. So They go at the speed of 230 to 250 in a Formula One track. It is called circuit. So we have in India Buddha circuit, we have Sepang in Malaysia. So in this circuit, they go with the 230 to 250 speed. When they're going with this kind of a speed, so high speed, to complete one car race, they have to do a multiple rounds to complete this race. When they are going at this kind of a speed, because they have to do long time, this race, they stop at one point where suddenly someone comes and put a petrol, someone cleans, someone give a food, someone do a minor repair. So I am going to talk one fellow who changes the car tire of Formula One. I am not going to talk entire thing, but this all happens, in one time, not differently. And this all happens in fraction of second. So the person who changes the car tire of Formula One for a Ferrari, for a Mercedes-Benz, or a Red Bull, can anybody guess how much time it takes to change this tire? To change this tire, how much time maybe he may take? It's all in seconds. It's all in seconds it happened. So, for example, I am coming from JP Nagar now to reach this place. If my car gives a trouble, somewhere my car tire get punctured, what I do? I will try to call someone to fix up because I cannot do. So how much I will pay for a changing car tire? How much I will pay? Can anybody guess? Huh? Yeah, maximum 500. Maybe if some real emergency. So the same tire changer for a Ferrari, he gets, can anybody guess how much he will get to change one tire? Part of the Ferrari team. His job is only to change only one tire, not all the tires. How much he gets? 1.5 crores. 1.5 crores is the money he gets to change one tire in Formula One, because he's the fastest tire changer in this world. So he can change the chances of winning and losing of the team. So everybody looking forward to recruit this guy because he can save a little fraction of second in an entire race. So everybody behind. The same way, why I given this example is, in a life, if you want to be a successful, you want to become expert in one thing, then it will take you to whatever dreams you have into reality. And you will become a master in whatever you are dreaming. But you have to become an expert. Everybody should talk. You are the only person for that. And you have to become that. For that, you need to do a lot of practicing, a lot of hard work. It will not happen just like that. It is like a 100 meters race. The Usain Bolt reaches at 9.5 seconds. So the next person is just fraction of seconds. But this entire world remembers only Usain Bolt, the gold medal. If I ask who is the silver medal winner in Olympics, no one remembers. If I ask bronze medal, no one remembers. But if I ask who is the gold medal, people remember Usain Bolt. But the difference is just a fraction of second. Leg in air. Usain Bolt touched the finishing line. The other fellow leg is on air, just about to put his leg. Same hard work, same efforts, but just it makes a small difference to be a winner and loser. So be always a winner. Wishing you all the best, and I congratulate the entire management, even during this pandemic, bringing all of us here to interact, to motivate all you people. So nothing to worry. India is going to shine again. This is a lesson not from now. This is a lesson from more than 5,000 years history. If you look, India always bounced back in any critical situations. So we will be back with a more power. Thank you. Thank you very much.